Hey, what's up with it? Back on YouTube again with another interesting video. Just watched the Verzuz battle last night between Gucci and Jeezy. Pretty sure everybody tuned in for that. It was very historic and very monumental for hip hop and for the culture altogether. But something just hit me from watching another video I'm watching right now on YouTube. Because this is something else that's been in the works for a long time. Well, not has been in the works, but it's been talked about for the longest. A lot of people want to see No Limit versus Cash Money on Versus. Here's my verdict on it. Because anybody that know me knows I'm a hardcore No Limit fan. I fuck with everything they had dropped. From the 90s, early 2000s. I can't really say too much about some of the current stuff, but I'm saying like as far as when No Limit in there was popping from 94 and all the way to the year 2000. I guess I can even say '01 too. But yeah, I feel like the No Limit and Cash Money versus battle can be good for the culture too. But the thing is, it's kind of risky. People are still surprised they even did the Jeezy and you know, Gucci battle last night. So I've been thinking for the longest with this whole unlimited cash money thing. I'm like, you gotta understand, it's kind of egos involved in that situation too, and it'll mainly just be between, of course, the Colonel and Baby, or as people know him now as Birdman. In all honesty though, I feel like if they ever were to do an unlimited cash money battle, they will only have to just strictly keep it between the '90s and early 2000 era. Because you gotta understand, we all know at this point, especially as the fans, that Cash Money surpassed No Limit musical wise anyway, once the 2000s got here. No pun intended, we know it really was in 99 and 2000, but yeah, musical wise, Cash Money did surpass No Limit. No Limit, honestly, in my opinion, they really put out nothing, really groundbreaking after the year 2000. There, I know one, I guess if you want to count Romeo's album, or even Soldier Slim's The Streets Made Me, but the album was overlooked. But if you're a Soldier Slim fan, you gotta fuck with it. The Streets Made Me is most definitely a good solid album, but it just didn't have that much promotion. And by 2001, Master P was starting to shift the focus of No Limit to another genre. He really wanted to leave the gangster image of it behind, and he started doing more pop stuff around that time. And people even got to understand too that Cash Money was low key at a point in time on the verge of falling too, because 2001 was the same year when most of the main artists like Juvenile them started to leave. So people didn't know what was going to become of Cash Money up until that point. Because Lil Wayne wasn't the superstar yet that he is today. But yeah, anyway, what I'm just really trying to say is that I feel like if there was ever a way for No Limit and Cash Money versus battle to happen, it would have to be on par with each other. I feel like all the hits should strictly be from the late '90s and early 2000s. But really, I feel like this would probably stop after the year 2001 or probably even 2002. That's how I would say. Don't count the Young Money era. In my opinion, I still feel like Young Money and Cash Money are two different things. Young Money was, Wayne's baby. No pun intended, but Baby, he always handled Cash Money. Lil Wayne, you know, he was the brains behind the whole Young Money movement. So that shouldn't even get put in place. It should just only strictly be between them areas, when both of them was popping and when, they had a little rivalry going on. You gotta think about it. Who beats would you probably rock with more? Limit, of course, we all know they had beats by the Pizzan. That's my favorite production team of all time. Cash Money had Manny Fresh. And Manny Fresh is a beast too in his own right because he did all his beats from scratch. He rarely ever did any samples, and that what made him so unique at the time as a producer. He wasn't really doing no samples. Everything was purely from scratch. Now that's not to say that sampling songs make you weak. A lot of people had sampled and they still are good producers. But I'm saying at the time, No Limit had Beats by the Pound, they were even nominated before in the Source magazine back in the 90s as like one of the best producers in the game. So they most definitely had some nice producers behind them, but we all know what happened to them. After they left No Limit in '99, like No Limit didn't really sound the same anymore. But they were still selling, but it just didn't really seem that powerful to a lot of fans no more. Once Beats by the Pound left, Cash Money and them kept Manny Fresh at least for over 10 years until he left, like around I think around early 2005. I think when he left, because I know he didn't do no production on the Carter Two. He did some production on Baby's what's the name of the album? I think the Fast Life album. Yeah, he did a couple of shit on there, but not as much. He was on the brink of leaving, but yeah, like they both had like their own good set of producers. I know Beast by the Pound was a 5-man team, and Manny Fresh was by himself. But we gotta just look at it from a standpoint like this. Like if there's somewhere in hell we can ever get this battle going, I would love it. But man, it's really between Master P and Baby. I mean, the artists they cool with each other. It's just them two. Since they were the CEOs of their labels. But I just wanted to just elaborate on that. Since a lot of ideas have been getting thrown out there ever since the Jeezy and Gucci man battle happened last night. It was good for the culture. Like we just like seeing these people come together. You know, and rap. It's not. I feel like at this point, it's not even about competition. Just do it for the fans. We love seeing y'all collab. All that old beef and stuff y'all had before, let it go. We need more unity in the black community, and that's just real.